All right, PICK-3 Glance family and first-time viewers. What we have here, the same thing. I guess I'll call this lesson 2. I'm trying to figure out, this. I'm getting back onto the making longer videos a little bit here. Reason being, I want to make sure everybody really understands how to use the master sheet. Whether you've been around a while or if you're new, I want to make sure that that's simple, because it's going to give you 90% of what you need to track the actual 1,000 numbers with the PICK-3 at a glance, and you won't be needing to do the tic-tac-toe, the date sums, the grids, the root sums, because all this is included in the PICK-3 at a glance, because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And I mean, you can use, if you use those things, there'll be a complement to the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, because with the object of the PICK-3 at a glance strategy is knowing why you playing your numbers. With the tic-tac-toe, date sums, root sums, the grids, and the multiple different rundowns that they have, all you have is a bunch of numbers and no idea why you playing those numbers. You don't know why you playing the actual number. You don't know why you would be playing the back side of the number, the front side of the number, the single digit, or the last time that the single pair fell. With PICK-3 at a glance strategy, you have all that information at a glance on the workout sheets. Okay. And the only thing you're going to need to know about the PICK-3 at a glance is how to do the 1-1 rundown, and to understand when a number has been mirrored, or you play a number and instead of the number coming, they play the opposite number. So this is what I'm going to do with this session or lesson, that I'm going to mostly be focusing on everybody understanding the master sheet. So, and I'm using Missouri Evening Draw as a template, okay, to help everybody know that it works for their state. All numbers in all states run different. I don't put up a bunch of numbers and say that it's going to work in all states. Once you start tracking your actual numbers for your own state, you're going to realize what's involved in really winning the PICK-3. PICK-3 is the only one that you can track the actual numbers. PICK-4 got 1 in 10,000 numbers. PICK-5 got 1 in 100,000 numbers. There's no sheet, no method, or nothing that's going to be able to track all those numbers. And nothing, there's no tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grid, no multiple different rundown going to possibly tell you what number is coming in the next day. It just is not set up for you to win like that. You got 365 days in a year. You got 1,000 numbers. And if you played a different number every day, you're going to still have 635 numbers you ain't going to touch. And if they play a couple of numbers, right, that repeat numbers, that's even less numbers you're going to be able to hit. That you're going more numbers you're going to have left. So the thing is to track the actual one. With PICK-3 at a glance, you're going to always know why you're playing your numbers, because you're going to be looking at the actual numbers. And you're going to always know what column on those numbers having hit in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe 4 months. And when you pick those 10 numbers, I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself right now because I'm just starting this video. When you pick those 10 numbers, you'll always know why you're picking those 10 numbers. And if you know, with any 10 numbers with singles, you're really looking at 60 numbers. And any 10 numbers with doubles, you're really looking at 30 numbers at a glance. So that's powerful with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. So let me get here and get you started. The number that came in Missouri Evening Draw, the winning number, was 768. All right. That's for August the 13th, 2023. And so you take that winning number and you're going to do the 1-1 rundown on the 768 that came out. The 1-1 rundown is the only number, the rundown you need to know with the PICK-3 at a glance. So this is how you do it. You have 1 to 7, you get 8, 1 to 8, you get 9, 1 to 9, you get 10, but in lottery math, you only use the number in the ones place, so that'd be 0. Then you go 1 to 0 is 1, and then you just count straight down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same number at the top, same number at the bottom if you add it correctly. Same here. 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going to just use a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same number at the top, same number at the bottom. 8. 8, 9, 0 again, that would be 10, but you're going to use a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same number at the top, same number at the bottom. And that'll work for eternity using the 1, 1, 1 rundown. It just goes till it never stops, these same numbers. All right? Now, with the PICK-3 at the glance strategy, we take 22 numbers. You got 12 of the singles, and you got 10 of the doubles. They make up the PICK-3 at a glance master sheet right here. So with that being said, you take these 12 numbers, you do the 1-1 rundown on each one of them as they are, and the same way with the doubles. You do 1-1 rundown on these numbers as they are. And you got 10 of them. So that gives you 22 columns, which is on this master sheet that I'll explain to you. All right? Now, these numbers I call the base numbers for the master sheet. And again, if you don't know what doubles are, a double number is anything with 2 like numbers in it. Like here you got double 0. And double 1s or double 2s. Anything with 2 like numbers is called a double. These got all different numbers, so they're called straights, okay? Or singles, a lot of people call them. Now, like I said, you need to understand this 1-1 rundown on any winning number to come in your state. And you need to understand mirrors. Let's take a grid. You take 1,000 numbers, cut them in half, and you got triple zeros to 499, and you got 500 to 999. That gives you your 1,000 numbers. What you have here with this grid here, well, not grid, but this number line, is these numbers are opposite of each other. 5 is opposite of 0, 0 opposite of 5, 1 opposite of 6, 6 opposite of 1, 2 opposite of 7, 7 opposite of 2, 3 opposite of 8, 8 opposite of 3, 4 opposite of 9, 9 opposite of 4. You can say same as. 0 same as a 5, 5 same as a 0, 1 same as a 6, 6 same as a 1, 2 same as a 7, 7, 7 same as a 2, 3 same as a 8, 8 same as a 3. 4, same as a 9, 9, same as a 4, okay? Reason being, let's say you played 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7. All they did was mirror your number. If you played 7, 8, 9, and the lottery played 2, 3, 4, all they did was mirror your number. Reason being, again, 0 same as a 5, 5 same as 0, 1 same as 6, 6 same as 1, 2 same as a 7, 7 same as a 2, 3 same as a 8, 8 same as a 3, 4 same as a 9, 9 same as a 4. Reason why that's as important with the 1-1 rundown here, all these numbers mirror each other. That's why when you look at these columns here, it's not a whole lot of guesswork like you have to do with the tic-tac-toes, the root sums, date sums, the grid sums, and get all those different numbers and don't know why you plan them, because you'll always know why you plan your numbers. You'll always know what column it came off of. You'll always know what column didn't fall and what number didn't fall off that column. And the reason being, because all these numbers mirror each other. Like the 768, the mirror of the 768 that just came in is 768. Okay, then my eyes bottom is 213. Number of this 879, the mirror of it, or opposite, is 324. See what I'm saying? Reason being, 7 is same as a 2, 2 same as 7. 6 same as a 1, 1 same as a 6. 8 same as a 3, 3 same as a 8. All right? And they're pretty much in numerical order here like that. Okay? Now we're going to go, since I explained that, we're going to go to the master sheet. Now, when you do the 1-1 rundown here on these numbers, these base numbers here, which is a 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 4, 0, 1, 5, 0, 1, 6, 0, 1, 7, 0, 1, 8, 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 5, 0, 2, 6, 0, 2, 7, and 0, 3, 7. One of these base numbers, even if it's the straight or the doubles, will always be in the rundown. It might not be at 0, 1, 2, but it's going to be in the rundown. See here? This is 0, 1, 2 is the base number. When you go down here, it shows as 1, 0, 2. So you're going to go to the column on this master sheet, which is in column 1, and it's going to show as 0, 1, 2. Let's go to column 1. Here it is, column 1 is 0, 1, 2. You're going to go, you'll know that's under column 1. You'll automatically start, as you start tracking them, you'll know what base numbers are in the rundown. You see the 0, 1, 2, you're going to look for the 7, 6, 8 that came in. But it won't be showed as 7, 6, 8. You're going to show it as 6, 7, 8. You're going to circle it or check it off. That way you'll know that that number came in on that column, because we're working on the law of average, which we eliminate numbers. So as the numbers get eliminated, you'll know what numbers to play. And not no next day. This here is not a sprint. It's a marathon. You got to track these numbers and track them and see how they fall in and see how they working. So when you play, you know why you're playing, okay? So you know why you're playing your numbers. So you'll mark off your 6, 7, 8. Reason being, again, like I said, on here, your 1 is your 1, 2, 3. See the mirror of it? 1 is a 6, and 6 is a 1. 7 is a 2, 2 is a 7. An 8 is a 3 is an 8. Every one of these columns, all the numbers mirror each other. That what makes this so unique, because you can see all 1,000 numbers on this one master sheet here. Let me make sure I got it lined up so you can see everything that I'm pointing at. Sometimes I forget to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think you can. I'm sure you can see that. If you screenshot it, you can still, take your phone, picture and enlarge it from screenshotting. All right. Every one of these columns, all the mirrors in each column, even with the doubles. You got 001. I'm sorry, 001. The mirror it is 556. 112. The mirror of it 667. All at a glance. You always know what number fell, or if it's opposite fell with it, or if neither one of the numbers fell, the opposites didn't fall, all at a glance on this one sheet. That's powerful. Because you got to realize, all these numbers can come 6 different ways. So really, you're not just looking at 6 numbers here. You're looking at 60 numbers. You know that did play or didn't play at any time on any of these columns. And the doubles are different. It's going to be, they can only come 3 different ways. So you have 30 numbers of the doubles. You'll know at any time what didn't play at a glance once you start tracking your actual numbers. That's the power of this. And that's come from me years of looking at books and tracking and trying to do the tic-tac-toe, date sum grids and all that. And I surmised to put this together to make it easy so everybody can understand when they're looking at one sheet of paper what's going on with all 1,000 numbers. Okay, so you might say, well, how you get 1,000 numbers out of this. Reason being, each one of these columns is 60 numbers. You got 12 of them. Here, you got 12 times 6 would give you 720 numbers, all at a glance, out of 12 columns. Okay? Now, the doubles is the same way. They can come 30. Each column is representing 30. And you only got 9 of those because you got the triples that can only come one way. And that's going to be 10. So 9 times 30 give you 270 numbers. Plus the 720 numbers come out to be 990 numbers. All right? Plus the 10 for the triples that can only come one way gives you your 1,000 numbers, your 1 in 1,000 odds. Okay? This will never change, the 1 in 1,000 odds, and the law average with these numbers rotating will never change. Reality check. You got 1,000 numbers. You got 365 days in a year. If you played a different number every day, you still gonna have 635 numbers you ain't gonna touch. You won't know anything about what's going on with them numbers unless you tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. You're not gonna see it in a tic-tac-toe. You're not gonna see it in running a grid. You're not gonna see it in running a root sum. You're not gonna see it running a day sum. If you're not looking at all the 1,000 numbers, you plan to lose this game because you're only gonna get a third of those numbers, 30% of those numbers for the whole year on average. And you ain't gonna know what front pair didn't fall, you ain't gonna know what back pair didn't fall, you ain't gonna know what single pair didn't fall, and you ain't gonna know what single digit didn't fall. So it's some work to tracking it. Well, not really tracking it now that I set this up, but it was before because you was always guessing. Even if you got a number with the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the root sums, the multiple different grids, the multiple different rundowns, you didn't ever know why you was playing that number. But when you do this and seeing everything at a glance, you'll know why you're playing your number and you're willing to stick to your number longer. Because too many times what I was running with, I'd run a number and jump off the number and here the number can't come. Reason being, I never knew why I was playing the number. I don't jump on and off my numbers no more. Once you start tracking the actual numbers, you know it could take one column 3 months for one of them numbers to come off of this column here again. But the beauty of that, you're gonna know it because you're tracking it. So if it takes 3 or 4 months for one of your numbers for these columns not to hit, and when you hit, you're gonna go get your 10 numbers from, because you know nothing fell off there in 4 months, 3 or 4 months. Yeah, it can take that long for a column to hit. But you don't know that if you ain't tracking. You ain't gonna know it if you ain't tracking them. And you gotta realize again, that ain't 10 numbers you're looking at. It's 60 numbers you know ain't failed in 4 months. And you're gonna always know, if you're tracking them and you're marking them off on the columns, you're gonna always know what column it took 4 months for this column not to hit, and you're going to always know what numbers are available for you to play off that column. And working with the law average, you're going to look at the numbers that hadn't played in 4 months. That's how I do it. Okay? You're going to look at the numbers that haven't played. And you're really going to look to see if a number and its opposite ain't played. Let's go again. Say this 1, 2, this 0, 1, 2 ain't played, and you see the 5, 6, 7 didn't play. You definitely gonna play those two, because with the law average, one of them gonna more likely fall if ain't nothing fell off of it in 4 months, and you know ain't nothing. Those two ain't being played, or any of the mirrors and its opposite numbers and its opposite ain't played. It could be sometimes it'd be 4 maybe like that. Or it could be none, but you still look at playing the ones that are left. You can strategize, and you can build your skill set with PICK-3 at a glance. And you ain't got to be in it. This lottery is not going to go nowhere. This system, what I got here, be here from eternity. So you ain't got to rush into this. You can take your time and learn it. And once you see how it rolls and what it takes for these numbers to hit and how you have to play to hit them, then you can invest into it. Me, I'm an everyday player. I know how to play because I know how to back off. I know how long it takes for a number to hit. I wait for a column that might not hit in 4 months. Then that's when if I hit a column and I hit, I play this whole column straight box. Or the doubles that don't hit. I play that whole column. If it ain't hit in 4 months, and I hit, I ain't got to guess where to go get my numbers. I know this column ain't hit in 4 months. I'm playing this sucker straight box. You ain't even got to tell me about that column. 4 or 5 months. If it's 4 months, that column about as hot as it's going to get. I don't see them too much ever go over 5 months that they don't hit. And 4 months, that's a third of the year. So more likely something going to come off that column, but you ain't guessing what numbers. You're going to always know why you playing a number. You're going to always know how long it took a column to hit. You're going to always know if a column ain't hit. You're going to always know what numbers did or didn't fall off each column. As you track it monthly. You're doing this monthly. Okay? Now, in the middle of the year, like now in June, July, I make an annual sheet. And what I do, I take all the numbers that have hit from the monthlies that I've been tracking and transfer those numbers over to the annual sheet. It's going to be easy to do because when you do an annual sheet, all you're going to do is just, on say January, you're going to mark off the numbers that came for the 012 for that month. Then you go to February and mark them off, and January, February, March, like that. It ain't going to take long to make an annual sheet. And then at a glance, you're going to be able to see what numbers didn't fall off a column right away on your annual sheet. And sometimes I highlight those numbers for the rest of the year. So if I see a column where it ain't hit in 2 months, I automatically know what numbers didn't hit on that column if I look to play it. It's fun tracking. It's really enjoyable because you're not guessing anymore. You're not under pressure trying to figure out what number to play when you hit. Because I'll always be out here in front of you for you to look at. But I got over 1,000 videos helping explain all the strategies. But I'm sticking with this master sheet because I want everybody to get that under their wing. The other ones are easy peasy to learn and how to do. But I think sometimes people don't know where to find the numbers on the column. Now, another thing that people, while I'm thinking about it, do, somebody commented that they couldn't find their state's number on the columns. Okay? So what happened was, I guess y'all might guess, you might not, if you do, put it in the comments later, but I'm probably going to tell you why they couldn't find it. That would probably be a good question for a lie. Because the actual number was 012. So they was looking for 012 down here, then realized that was one of the base numbers. So the base number will come too. So if the base number come, you just mark it off, knowing that it hit already. See, all these are the base numbers, and they do, they gonna fall. So quite naturally, you would mark that base number off, but you don't look for it down here because it's up there. It's the base number. But it might not then come 012. It might have came 120, 120. Just because it comes a different way, don't mean you wouldn't mark it off. Because all these numbers are based with the 1-1 rundown of being coming exact like this. Or if 013 come, say one of these numbers come here, and you do the 1-1 rundown on it, it's going to show as 1013 in that rundown because they're the same. They didn't change. All these numbers will always be the same. 013, if say 457 came and you do the 1-1 rundown on it, The 013 gonna show us 013. Okay. So another thing I say, just when you're using a sheet, make you some practice sheets or one practice sheet and make up some numbers and do the 1-1 rundown on them and see if you can't find that number in the columns. You ain't got to wait till the numbers fall each day to do it. You can practice this and get good with this sheet. Just make up a number. Well, triple twos. You ain't going to do triples. You'll know what column that is. That's column 6. Get up any number. 2, 7, 8. Or, 9, 8, 9, 6, any number, and just do the 1-1 rundown on it and see what column it would fall under. Once you get that down, do that for about 30 or 40 minutes. You should, it'll light up to you like a light bulb. That's all I can think of now. If I come up with something tomorrow, I'll mention it or add on to it. But that's pretty much it. This is 26 minutes, but I'll probably cut it down as I go. If you got any questions, just leave them in the comment. And we're going to all grow together and win together. But everybody in your own state, track your own numbers. Like I said, you're just not going to see what you're going to see with PICK-3 at a glance through the tic-tac-toes, the date sums,